Well, political turmoil is swirling in Venezuela, and President Trump is aiming to rally support for opposition leader Juan Guaido. At a rally yesterday, President Trump issued a blunt warning to anyone who's still supporting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Take a listen.
Maduro is not a Venezuelan patriot. He is a Cuban puppet. That's what he is. If you choose this path, you will find no safe harbor, no easy exit, and no way out. You will lose everything.
Guys, of course, that is one of the main issues right now for both China and Russia, the other world powers who have lined up behind President Maduro as the U.S. has backed Juan Guaido, as both sides kind of try and play this. Meanwhile, Venezuelan citizens are waiting on aid, and that, of course, being blocked by Maduro on the Colombian border to actually reaching Venezuelans who need this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot is at stake here. We're going to see how this is going to be an issue. They're talking about the next 5 days in terms of the timeline and getting some of these supplies and the health needs to the people of Venezuela. So that we'll see that issue come to a head in the next 5 days. But this has been a problem that has been plaguing the country now for quite some time. And it's something that when you take a step back, you almost don't see how almost every single other country doesn't align against Maduro. I mean, if you see the people they're under so much oppression there. They don't have access to food. They don't have access to health care, things that they need on a daily basis. I mean, this is something that really does need to invoke some sort of change worldwide.
What is infuriating to me is that a lot of times military and other government officials, they are rewarded because of corruption, because of drug trafficking, because of a lot of these things that we have highlighted as problems. But if the inner circle, if the people who are actually in control of implementing change and implementing policies, this is not just on Maduro. This is on an entire cohort that is supporting Maduro's regime. And I think that's what is, unfortunately, how do you systematically change that? Because it's not going to happen just by rhetoric and by Trump speaking at a rally, which, to be honest, I think is part of his 2020 campaign strategy, as much as it is also about humanitarian crises.
It could be, especially if the situation improves there. That could also be something he points to as well. But the international community at large also trying to make an impact as well. Billionaire Sir Richard Branson is planning to host a charity concert in an effort to raise money for humanitarian action in Venezuela. And Maduro has a response to host a rival concert. Both concerts will take place Friday, with the Maduro-backed show taking place in Venezuela. And Sir Richard Branson's charity event will be held over the border in Colombia.
I know the goal is very noble, but I can't imagine what it feels like to be a Venezuelan on the ground being like, this is our lives. Yeah. Like, this isn't, oh, Fire Festival, or like, yay, all these influencers can come. I get it. Like, the motivation here is very positive, but it just is such a shame that it's being tainted by basically ego jockeying.
Right, but I also think the flip side, though, is just more media attention, more aid, more, I guess, just awareness in general for the need. I know that there has been such awareness. You would be under a rock if you didn't know what was going on in Venezuela. But I think just the more attention and the more eyeballs on that country that we can get, I don't see having any sort of negative impact.
Unless that money doesn't go.
Unless the money doesn't go where it's allocated to go.
Right.
You're right, though. It is such a strange idea to have opposing concerts as international aid is blocked from entering the country. Sir Richard Branson, though, he expects 300,000 to attend the concert he's putting on, and it'll be live streamed, and hopefully will raise more money for Venezuelans in need. So something to watch both of those concerts.
You're on that Branson beat.
On Friday. No, big time. And hopefully something good comes from it. But let's